Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is BestInSlot, and we are going to take another quick look at the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy line. This is thanks to Jurassic Outpost and Chris Pugh and the rest of the team who went to the New York Toy Fair and got a ton of images of a lot of really cool stuff. So big shout out to them. I've not included images of everything because I want you to go to their website, click on their article. They've also got a video that shows you a lot of this in action, and I've not taken any footage from that because that would seem mean. So go check out their video if you want to see some of this stuff. I'll try to reference that throughout this video. And I'll link the article down below. Now, what we've got in this video is not only new stuff, but also some better images of stuff we already saw yesterday. Some really great photos that we're going to take a little look at. Starting with the attack dinosaurs. Now, as far as I'm aware, based on what they said on Jurassic Outpost, the really cool thing about this dinosaur line is that the basic line of creatures, which I believe this Allosaurus is part of, is actually all to scale. So the humans, the dinosaurs, the vehicles, everything in the basic line is scaled together. Now obviously there's some dinosaurs in other lines that don't fit that, but generally speaking you should be able to mix and match your basic lines together and have a realistic looking scenario, which I think is really cool. And this is awesome as well. We have a Allosaurus, and it's not just any Allosaurus, it's the Allosaurus from Jurassic Park the game. So it's really cool that they've started to pick from other parts of the canon and bring that into the toy line. There's a lot to look at today, so I'm going to try to make this a little bit snappy. Just a nice little look at Blue there, nothing much to say about that, she's looking lovely. Dilophosaurus, our first look. Apparently some of these toys, including the Raptors and clearly the Dilophosaurus, are going to have alternate skin variants available, which to me sounds like a way to make a little bit of extra money, but whatever. It even comes, I've got my red brush obviously, with a little bit of spit, which is nice, I think. You know, and there's a look at the default one. It looks a little weird up close like this. This kind of looks like it's made out of paper, the frill. But it's really cool that you can stick the poison gunky stuff, which really should be black, not green, if we're honest, in its mouth though, instead of get it mid-firing. That's pretty cool. Moving on. Good look at the Allosaurus for the first time. A lot of these are going to be our very first up-close, detailed look at what these dinosaurs are going to look like in the film universe. Obviously we have seen good glimpses of the Allosaurus, but there's the full body. I really like the colour scheme they've gone for with that. The Baryonyx, amazingly detailed image there. Doesn't look nearly as terrifying as it looks in Fallen Kingdom, but it isn't emerging from within a molten fire tunnel in the middle of the night, well, in the darkness. So I guess that makes it slightly less scary, but it looks really cool, I think. I think it's a really nicely detailed model. I've got to say, generally speaking, Mattel have knocked it out of the park. The quality level this year compared to with Jurassic World is just, it's absolute night and day. It's the only way to put it. Indoraptor, our first proper look at the Indoraptor. I've got a, there you go if you want to see the full box, but first proper look at the Indoraptor there. We've got the double coloured sort of, not a lot of the images actually have this, but how the stripe along the midriff has this kind of light creamy yellow tone and then a more golden tone above that. A lot of the simpler images, for obvious reasons, don't really include that. They just include like a yellow strip. It looks good. There's also this kind of little dash of red behind the eyes. I mean, it's meant to be an evil dinosaur, right? There's going to be some red on the eyes. I think that is the most quintessentially evil thing on the planet. Yeah, good looking little creature. Little articulated claw there pops up. Not articulated, but you know what I mean. Very poseable, apparently, a lot of these toys. Like, really, you will have a lot of control over what you can do with them. Moving on. Nope. Moving on. Yes, our first, well, second look, obviously, at the Big Mosasaurus. I really just wanted to give you guys the scale of this one, because this thing is absolutely ginormous. And in person, or like this, at least, you know, when it's less of a preview image, I think it looks fantastic. I really do think that is a really good-looking Mosasaurus. And apparently the skin does have that sort of rubbery, slightly harder than rubber feel to it. Apparently it's not water compatible, which seems like a mistake to me for a Mosasaurus, but hey, oh, maybe it is, or maybe they'll work on that or something. It's still very, very detailed. You can see how the tail sort of flukes up. We're not going to talk about tail flukes on Mosasauruses, but the tail kind of flukes up there. There's loads of detail around the back, and obviously the mouth is articulated. You can even see the jaw muscles there, and there's obviously the point of articulation. Just a great looking little creature there, and huge. That's the big Rex that we saw the first image from yesterday, the one that stores all the other dinosaurs and stuff within its mouth. Can even swallow vehicles, as you can see, compared to the size of some of these. Obviously this one isn't to scale, in case you didn't quite get that, but still looks really, really cool. This is our first proper official look at this group of people taking the photo. No, this is the deep dive submarine. Apparently this and the next one are both major vehicles in the film. This, of course, is going to be related to the Mosasaurus scene. We can see the Mosasaurus here in the top right of the image. Actually, I think I can even drag the image here. You can see the Mosasaurus there, and a little glimpse of the next one at the back. Anything else on that? Nope. But it floats. It's kind of got like a saw and like graspers on it. I'm really excited about that scene. That is something entirely different for Jurassic Park in general. We haven't really had an exploration underwater. Now, obviously, it hasn't made sense before. We've not had a Mosasaurus in the series. But even when we had a Mosasaurus in the series with Jurassic World, there was nothing underwater done about it. Obviously, the Mosasaurus was very popular. They decided to add a bit more for that. But the idea of a deep dive submarine scene where the submarine's getting attacked by a mosasaur, very exciting to me. I still strongly suspect that will be the opening scene of the film, but we shall see. That is the off-road rescue rig. We have seen that in film images. We got a glimpse of that, if I'm trying to remember. I believe we saw the Stegosaurus lying down in the back of one of these, but it seems these are just going to be used to transport the dinosaurs about the island. I've got to say, actually, while we're on this, with the submarine, it doesn't really seem to matter, I think, because of the shape and the size and the way it's formed. It's a very basic colour scheme. With this, I think it doesn't look great. I think this needs a different colour. This needs to be darker. That's a weird, disgusting pink. And then there's just too much block grey. I don't like this vehicle. I think it could look a lot better. But, you know, I'm probably not the target audience. So, anyways, we got another glimpse of the big Jeep thing for the Jurassic Park 25th anniversary, sort of, that kids can sit in and ride. This is the thing that made me so sad that stuff like this does not exist when I was a child, at least not to this quality. Yeah, how cool would this have been? I'm so jealous that kids these days get to ride around in this sort of thing. It makes you want to be a kid again. Or for them just to release an adult-sized version. Well, I suppose they did. It's called a Jeep, but that's not the point. I'd have to buy a Jeep. Just give me one of these. And that's another image of the same thing. The rear view mirror we see here. I just love this detail. Wait, which one is it? This one has the image of the T-Rex. Caution, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. That's just a really, really cool little detail. Really like that. We got a little look at the Tyranno-drone. What's that detail say that it says? I'm gonna have to lean in a little bit here, folks. Abso-circle. Abso-land. Abto Auto. So I think there was another image of this, oopsie daisy, on the site, and basically you can string it up from something from the back of the drone and it'll swing in circles, and then I guess it can also land. Just a little cool little thing. We haven't seen much of the Pteranodon in Fallen Kingdom, though there was a scene where it attacked some dude and sort of lifted him away, so they are clearly going to be a factor in the film, and of course we saw them flying away during the whole volcanic eruption. Don't know why I'm not pronouncing my U's or O's. Little glimpse again of the Uno thing, but I really want to point out this on the left. These dino claws and mask. Again, this is so much better than the stuff we got back in Jurassic World when it was. I actually can't remember the name of the company. This is Mattel. It used to be. Somebody tell me in the comments. One person tell me in the comments. The first person to do it gets a thumbs up. Yeah, those claws look awesome. Again, it's just really good stuff. I'm going to have to live vicariously through my young nephew. My nephew's like 3 years old. Just turned 3, so he's about the perfect age for a lot of this younger stuff, and I think he's going to be getting that for Christmas. Or birthday. When's his birthday? No, he's going to be getting that for Christmas, and then I will put it on the sly. I think that's the idea right now. I just wanted to quickly show you this, because that thing in the middle I love. This is obviously sort of a more kiddie sort of toy range, and the Rex in the middle is my favourite thing. You can pick it up from the back. It's got these massive... It's just the most bizarre thing. It's humongous, as you can tell. And it's obviously not really... from the film. God, I hope it's not from the film. I strongly suspect it's not from the film, but it's just some weird random robot Rex things for the kids, which I think is pretty cool. Moving on, we got our first proper look at the Mattel Barbie figures, which Claire looks okay. Claire kind of looks like Claire. Owen sort of looks like he's a wig-wearing, just terrifying man. I don't really want to say... I don't know what to say about Owen, but he doesn't look good. Owen doesn't look like Owen. Claire looks... I'd look at just that. Let's just blank out Owen. Let's get a big brush. If you looked at that, it's like, yeah, that's Claire Deering. If you looked at that... I don't think anyone's first response would be that is Owen. So, yeah, swing and a miss there. The hair's too long, and it kind of just sits weirdly on top of his head. Oh, whatever. Sticky Moloch. There's a few of these sort of baby ones. I've left the others out. There's a Stegosaurus and a Triceratops and a baby balloon, stuff like that. But I just wanted to show the Sticky Moloch, because to me it's the cutest little thing in the world. We already saw a baby Sticky Moloch in the toy line from yesterday, and this one's just as cute. I really hope the Sticky Moloch has a decent role in this film, because I'm growing to love it despite not even seeing the bloody thing yet. Little Raptor Bike, again, another thing I would have killed for as a kid. Look at that. It's like well, it's not a bike, it's like an ATV sort of thing. I'm sure it's not an actual ATV, but well, maybe it is. Huh. But with Blue forming part of it, so you can ride Blue like you were in the film. Okay, you don't actually ride Blue in the film, but you can pretend to ride a Blue. That's awesome. And again, it's just very detailed and high quality. And the final image wasn't from the Toy Fair. This got released a couple of days ago. But there is a Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Funko Pop line coming out. Now, obviously, we expected this, given that we had a Funko Pop line for the 25th anniversary. That had about 7 different figures in it, if not more, if you include the exclusive ones. I believe there's like 8 or 9 if you include the exclusive ones. So I'm expecting maybe there's a few more than this. Maybe we'll get a Rex, although we already sort of have a Rex from the other line. Maybe we'll get, one of the other big characters in the film. Maybe we'll get a Baryonyx or a Suchomimus or a Carnotaurus or God knows what. But just a little look at these. I think they're pretty awesome as well. The blue Raptor is identical to the other Raptor pretty much, except in colouring, obviously. Claire and Owen just look pretty awesome. Not really much else to say on that. Quite excited about these. I'm going to have no wallet left. If there's one thing I'm buying from all of this, because I'm not a kid. I don't have kids. I'm not the kind of guys who just accumulate toys because I'll just run out of room too quickly. But if there's one thing I'm going to buy, it's every single Funko Pop. So, yeah, thank you for adding something else for me to purchase. Good thing I don't need to eat or anything. Anyways, there we go, folks. This video went on way longer than usual, but there is a ton of stuff to look at. Thank you again, and big shout out to Jurassic Outpost. I will link their video, their article down below. There is a video there. It's only like a couple of minutes if you want to check that out, see some of this in action. The things like the submarine that lights up blue, that's going to look awesome if it's like that in a film. You get to see the chomping action of a few of the dinosaurs, stuff like that. They've said that there's a ton of other stuff coming out from the Toy Fair over the next few days as well. They're going to post updates. I am going to ride on the back of those updates and bring them to you also in video form. Thank you so much for joining me as per usual. I'll see you lovely folks then. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider smashing that like button down below. It really helps me out. And also hitting the subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with brand new videos about dinosaurs, animals, aliens, and everything else we do here on the BestInSlot channel. All of you who have subscribed so far, that's awesome. Make sure you hit that little bell icon. I'll highlight it now, otherwise you may actually miss out on the content anyway because YouTube is silly. Thank you guys so much. Much love.